Ladies and gentlemen, there is a word that we often associate with failure, weakness, or defeat, a word that makes us uncomfortable because it challenges our need for control and our desire to keep moving forward no matter the cost. That word is stop. We live in a world that glorifies hustle, persistence, and endless striving. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful things you can do is stop? Stop running from your fears. Stop holding on to what no longer serves you. Stop walking a path that's leading you nowhere. The power to stop is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. It is the moment you reclaim your life, break free from destructive cycles, and step into the purpose and peace you were meant to have. One of the most challenging truths to face in life is that sometimes the best thing you can do is stop. Stop running from yourself. Stop clinging to what no longer serves you. Stop moving in a direction that is taking you further away from the life you were meant to live. Recognizing the need to stop is not easy. It requires honesty, courage, and a willingness to face the uncomfortable truth that not all movement is progress. Sometimes the path you're on is not the path you need to be on, and continuing forward is not an act of strength, but a refusal to acknowledge what's holding you back. The power to stop begins with the awareness that something needs to change. And we live in a culture that glorifies perseverance, that tells us to keep going no matter what, to push through the pain, and to never give up. While there is a time and place for persistence, there is also wisdom in knowing when to pause. Recognizing the need to stop is not about quitting, it's about recalibrating. It's about understanding that continuing down the wrong path will not lead to the right destination. Sometimes stopping is the most courageous decision you can make because it requires you to admit that what you're doing is not working, that the way forward might first require stepping back. The need to stop often reveals itself in quiet moments of discomfort. It's the nagging feeling that something isn't right, the exhaustion that doesn't go away with rest, the sense that you're pouring your energy into something that no longer fulfills you. These signs are easy to ignore because stopping feels like failure, and failure is something we've been taught to avoid at all costs. But what if failure is not in stopping, but in refusing to listen to what your heart, mind, and body are trying to tell you? Recognizing the need to stop is an act of self-awareness, a willingness to tune into the signals that are often drowned out by the noise of daily life. Stopping is not always about ending something, it's about creating space for something better. When you recognize the need to stop, you are acknowledging that the way you've been doing things is no longer serving you. It might mean stepping away from a toxic relationship, leaving a job that drains you, or letting go of a habit that holds you back. It might mean pausing long enough to reassess your priorities, to ask yourself if the path you're on aligns with your values, your goals, and your true self. Recognizing the need to stop is the first step toward reclaiming your power and redirecting your energy toward what truly matters. The resistance to stopping often comes from fear. Fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty, fear of losing what we've worked so hard to build. We tell ourselves, I stop now, what will people think? What will happen next? What if I've wasted my time? These fears are valid, but they are also barriers to growth. Recognizing the need to stop requires you to confront these fears head on, to trust that stopping is not an end but a beginning. It is an opportunity to realign with your purpose, to let go of what no longer serves you, and to create space for what does. Recognizing the need to stop is not a one-time revelation, it is an ongoing practice. Life is constantly changing, and so are you. What worked for you yesterday may not work for you today, and that's okay. The ability to stop, to pause, and to reassess is a sign of growth, not failure. It shows that you are willing to adapt, to learn, and to evolve. It shows that you value yourself enough to choose a path that feels authentic, even if it means letting go of the one you're currently on. One of the most profound aspects of recognizing the need to stop is the clarity it brings. When you pause long enough to reflect on where you are and where you're going, you begin to see your life with fresh eyes. You start to notice the patterns, the habits, and the choices that have been shaping your reality. You begin to understand what's been holding you back and what you need to move forward. This clarity is not always comfortable, but it is necessary. It is the first step toward making intentional choices that align with the life you want to create. Stopping does not mean giving up. It means giving yourself permission to choose differently. It means valuing your time, energy, and well-being enough to say, this is not for me. I deserve better. It means trusting that even though stopping feels uncertain, the beauty of breaking free from negative cycles is that it doesn't just change your behavior, it changes how you see yourself. It reminds you that you are capable of growth, that you are worthy of love and respect, and that you have the power to create a better future. Breaking free is not just about what you leave behind, it's about what you step into. It's about reclaiming your strength, your purpose, and your joy. It's about breaking the chains that hold you back and stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. The courage to let go. And letting go is one of the hardest decisions we face in life. It feels counterintuitive, almost like surrendering to defeat, when in truth, letting go is an act of immense courage. It requires strength to release something you've held on to, whether it's a relationship, a dream, a habit, or belief. These are things we invest in, things that become part of our identity, things we convince ourselves we cannot live without. Yet there comes a moment when holding on does more harm than good, when clinging to what keeps you from stepping into what could be. The courage to let go is not about giving up, it's about recognizing when it's time to make space for growth, healing, and transformation. Letting go often feels like a loss, and that's why it's so difficult. It's human nature to resist loss, to avoid the pain of saying goodbye to something familiar, even if that familiarity comes with discomfort or suffering. We hold on to relationships that drain us, careers that don't fulfill us, or habits that harm us because the thought of letting go seems more frightening than the reality of staying. But what we fail to realize is that holding on comes at a cost. It keeps us stuck, limits our potential, and prevents us from discovering the life we're meant to live. Letting go is not about losing, it's about gaining the freedom to move forward. Courage is essential because letting go means stepping into the unknown. The fear of uncertainty is a powerful force that keeps many of us tethered to what no longer serves us. We tell ourselves, at least I know what to expect if I stay, or what if I let go and end up with nothing? These fears are valid, but they are also limiting. Letting go requires faith that the void left by what you release will be filled with something better. Something aligned with your purpose and values. It's about trusting that life has more for you than what you're currently settling for. Letting go also takes courage because it forces you to confront the attachments you formed. These attachments are not just to things or people, but also to the stories you've created around them. I can't leave this job because I've invested so much time in it. I can't end this relationship because I don't want to start over. I can't give up this habit because it's part of who I am. These narratives keep us locked in cycles of inertia, convincing us that the pain of holding on is better than the risk of letting go. But courage allows you to challenge these narratives. It gives you the strength to say, I deserve more than this. My future is not tied to my past. Letting go is not just about release, it's about making space. When your hands are full, you cannot receive anything new. When your life is cluttered with things that no longer serve you, there's no room for growth, joy, or opportunity. The courage to let go is the courage to clear that space, to create room for the unknown, and to invite in possibilities that align with who you are becoming. It's about understanding that by holding on to what is no longer meant for you, you're blocking the path to what is. One of the most challenging aspects of letting go is the grief that comes with it. Even when you know something is no longer serving you, saying goodbye is not easy. You grieve not just for what you're letting go of, but also for the version of yourself that held onto it. This grief is natural and it's important to honor it. Letting go does not mean erasing the past or pretending it didn't matter. It means acknowledging its place in your journey while recognizing that it no longer defines your future. The courage to let go is the courage to feel that grief, to sit with the discomfort, and to trust that it is part of the process of healing and growth. Courage is also required because letting go often means stepping away from expectations, both yours and others. Society tells us that success means holding on, pushing through, and never giving up. But true strength is knowing when to walk away. It's knowing that letting go is not a failure, but a choice to prioritize your well-being and authenticity. This can be difficult when others don't understand your decision, when they judge or question you. But courage allows you to stand firm, to trust your own judgment, and to choose what is best for you, even if it goes against the expectations of others. Letting go also demands self-compassion. It's easy to blame yourself for the things you need to release, to feel like you failed because something didn't work out the way you hoped. But courage reminds you that letting go is not about failure, it's about growth. It's about recognizing that life is not static, that you are constantly evolving, and that it's okay to outgrow people, places, and circumstances. Self-compassion allows you to let go without judgment, to see it not as an ending, but as a natural and necessary part of your journey. The act of letting go is a powerful declaration of self-worth. It's saying, I deserve more than this pain. I deserve a life that aligns with my values, my dreams, and my joy. It's a statement that you are willing to choose yourself, even when it's hard, even when it means walking away from something you once held dear. Courage is what allows you to make that choice, to prioritize your well-being over the fear of the unknown. And to trust that letting go is an act of love for yourself and your future. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean erasing the memories, the lessons, or the growth that came from what you're releasing. Instead, it means carrying those lessons with you as you move forward. It means honoring what was while making space for what will be. The courage to let go is the courage to trust that life is not about holding on, it's about flowing, evolving, and stepping into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Reclaiming control over your life. Life can sometimes feel like it's happening to you rather than through you. The demands of work, family, and societal expectations can leave you feeling like a passenger on a runaway train with little say in the direction it's headed. Each day becomes a blur of obligations, tasks, and routines, leaving little room for reflection, purpose, or choice. But what if I told you that at any moment, you have the power to reclaim control over your life? This power is not found in external circumstances, but within you. It begins with the decision to stop, to pause, and to ask yourself the simple yet profound question, am I living the life I want or the life others expect of me? Reclaiming control starts with awareness. It's easy to fall into patterns that feel like they're beyond your control. You might stay in a job that drains you because it feels secure. You might continue in a relationship that stifles you because you fear being alone. You might stick to habits that don't serve you because they're comfortable. Over time, these choices create a life that feels disconnected from your values and aspirations. No. The first step to reclaiming control is recognizing where you've given your power away, whether to people, circumstances, or your own limiting beliefs. It's about saying, this is my life, and I will no longer live it on autopilot. The power to reclaim control over your life is always within you. It is the decision to stop living by default and start living by design. It is the courage to say, this is my life and I will live it on my terms. Recontrol is not about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them with intention, clarity, and strength. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your life no matter where you are or what you've been through. Finding strength in stillness. In a world that values constant motion, stillness is often misunderstood. We equate action with progress, busyness with productivity, and speed with success. Yet there is a quiet power in stillness that is unmatched by even the most frenetic activity. Stillness is not the absence of effort, but the presence of clarity. It is a moment of pause that allows us to center ourselves, reconnect with our purpose, and gather the strength we need to move forward. In the stillness, we find the space to breathe, to reflect, and to heal. It is in these moments of stillness that we discover a strength that can carry us through even the most challenging times. Stillness can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to filling every moment with activity. When you stop, the noise of the world quiets and you are left with yourself, your thoughts, your fears, your hopes, and your truths. This can be unsettling because stillness confronts you with what you may have been avoiding. It asks you to sit with your emotions rather than numbing them, to face your challenges rather than running from them, and to listen to your inner voice rather than drowning it out with external distractions. But in this discomfort lies the potential for growth. Stillness is not passive, it is an active process of engaging with yourself and your life in a deeper, more intentional way. The strength found in stillness comes from its ability to provide clarity. When you pause, you create space to see things as they are, rather than as you fear or wish them to be. Stillness allows you to step back from the chaos, to observe your life with a sense of detachment, and to gain perspective on what truly matters. It is in this space of reflection that you can identify what is working, what isn't, and what needs to change. Stillness gives you the gift of awareness, the foundation upon which all meaningful change is built. Stillness is also a source of healing. In our rush to keep moving, we often ignore the wounds we carry, emotional, mental, or even physical. We tell ourselves that we don't have time to deal with them, that we'll address them later when life is less busy. But unhealed wounds have a way of festering, of affecting every aspect of our lives until we have no choice but to confront them. Stillness offers a sanctuary where healing can begin. It allows you to sit with your pain, to acknowledge it without judgment, and to give it the attention it needs to heal. In the stillness, you find the strength to let go of what no longer serves you and to embrace what brings you peace. The strength in stillness also lies in its ability to restore your energy. When you are constantly in motion, you deplete your resources physically, mentally, and emotionally. Stillness is not laziness, it is a form of self-care. It is a way of replenishing your energy so that you can continue to show up fully for yourself and others. Stillness is the pause that prepares you for action, the rest that strengthens you for the journey ahead. It reminds you that you are not a machine, that you need moments of quiet to recharge, and that productivity is not a measure of your worth. Stillness is a practice, one that requires intention and commitment. It is not something that comes naturally in a world that demands constant activity, but the more you cultivate stillness, the more you realize its power. Whether it's through meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply sitting in silence, stillness creates a space where you can reconnect with yourself. It is a moment to listen to your inner voice, to align with your values, and to ground yourself in the present. In these moments, you rediscover the strength that lies within you, the strength to face challenges, to make difficult decisions, and to move forward with clarity and purpose. Stillness also teaches you patience. In our desire for immediate results, we often rush through life, missing the beauty and lessons of the moment. Stillness reminds you that growth takes time, that healing is a process, and that not everything can be rushed. It invites you to trust the timing of your life, to have faith that even when things seem uncertain, they are unfolding as they should. Patience is not passive, it is an active form of strength, a willingness to wait with grace and to trust that the seeds you are planting will bear fruit in their own time. In stillness, you also find resilience. When you pause and give yourself the opportunity to reconnect with your inner strength, the part of you that remains steady even in the face of adversity. Stillness is a reminder that you are not defined by the chaos around you, that you can find peace even in the midst of the storm. It is a practice of grounding yourself in the present moment, of finding stability within yourself rather than seeking it from external circumstances. This resilience allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and confidence, knowing that you have the strength to endure. Stillness is also an act of courage. It takes bravery to stop, to step away from the busyness, and to sit with yourself. It requires you to confront the thoughts and emotions you may have been avoiding, to face the truth of your life without distraction. But this courage is what leads to transformation. In the stillness, you find the clarity to see what needs to change, the strength to take the first step, and the resilience to keep going. Stillness is not about avoiding life, it is about engaging with it more fully from a place of intention and authenticity. The strength in stillness is ultimately about connection. It is a way of reconnecting with yourself, with your purpose, and with the world around you. It reminds you that you are not defined by what you do, but by who you are. It creates space for gratitude, for reflection, and for joy. Stillness is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is the foundation upon which strength, resilience, and clarity are built. And in embracing stillness, you discover that the strength you need has been within you all along. And moving forward with intention. There is a difference between movement and progress. Many people spend their lives in constant motion, going from one task to the next, filling their days with busyness and activity. But true growth, true fulfillment, comes not from how much you do, but from the intention behind your actions. And moving forward with intention is about making deliberate choices, about aligning your actions with your values, and about stepping into the life you want to create with purpose and clarity. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. And moving forward with intention begins with knowing yourself. You cannot live intentionally if you do not understand what you value, what brings you joy, and what aligns with your purpose. Hey. This self-awareness comes from taking the time to reflect, to listen to your inner voice, and to get clear on what matters to you. It means asking yourself, what do I want from this life? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of impact do I want to have? These questions are not always easy to answer, but they are essential. They are the foundation of intentional living, the guideposts that help you navigate your path forward. When you move forward with intention, you prioritize quality over quantity. It's not about how many goals you achieve or how much you accomplish. It's about the depth and meaning behind what you do. Intention gives your actions purpose, turning even the smallest tasks into expressions of your values and priorities. And whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a passion, or making a difficult decision, moving forward with intention ensures that your actions are aligned with what truly matters to you. It's a way of living that feels authentic, fulfilling, and deeply connected to your sense of self. And one of the most powerful aspects of moving forward with intention is the way it helps you focus. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose sight of your goals and get pulled in 1,000 different directions. Intention acts as a compass, reminding you of what's important and helping you say no to what isn't. It gives you the clarity to make choices that align with your priorities, even when those choices are difficult. When you move with intention, you stop wasting time and energy on things that don't serve you, and you start channeling your resources toward what truly matters. Moving forward with intention also requires courage. It means making decisions that reflect your values, even when those decisions go against the grain or challenge societal expectations. It means trusting yourself, even when others question your choices. It means taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zone, and embracing the uncertainty that comes with pursuing your dreams. Living intentionally is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It's a declaration that your life is your own, that you are the author of your story, and that you have the power to create a life that feels meaningful and aligned. Another key aspect of moving forward with intention is resilience. When you live intentionally, you are bound to encounter challenges and setbacks. The path forward is rarely smooth, and the pursuit of your goals will test your strength and determination. But intention gives you a sense of purpose that sustains you through the difficult times. It reminds you of why you started, of what you're working toward, and of the impact your efforts will have. Intention turns obstacles into opportunities for growth and setbacks into stepping stones. It helps you stay focused and motivated even when the journey is tough. And moving forward with intention also requires flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and no matter how clear your intentions may be, you will encounter moments when the path forward shifts. Living intentionally is not about rigidly sticking to a plan. It's about being adaptable and open to change. It's about trusting that even when things don't go as expected, there is still a way to move forward with purpose. Flexibility allows you to adjust your course without losing sight of your destination. It helps you navigate the twists and turns of life with grace and confidence, knowing that your intentions remain your guiding light. Intention is also deeply connected to mindfulness. When you move forward with intention, you are fully present in your actions. You're not rushing through life, checking off tasks, or chasing an endless list of goals. Instead, you're savoring each moment, engaging with your experiences fully, and finding joy in the journey. Mindfulness allows you to appreciate the small victories, to learn from the challenges, and to stay connected to your values and priorities. It's a way of living that feels rich, meaningful, and deeply satisfying. Moving forward with intention is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about recognizing that you are a work in progress, that growth is a lifelong journey, and that every step you take is a step toward becoming the person you want to be. Intention helps you let go of the need for perfection and embrace the beauty of imperfection. It reminds you that mistakes are part of the process, that failure is a stepping stone to success, and that every effort you make is valuable, no matter the outcome. when you move forward with intention, you also inspire others. Your commitment to living authentically, to prioritizing what matters, and to pursuing your goals with purpose creates a ripple effect. And it encourages those around you to do the same, to reflect on their own lives, and to consider how they can live with greater intention. Your intentionality becomes a source of light and inspiration, reminding others of the power they have to create meaningful change in their own lives. Ultimately, moving forward with intention is about living a life that feels true to you. It's about making choices that align with your values, embracing the journey with courage and resilience, and finding joy and fulfillment in each step. It's about knowing that every action you take is a reflection of who you are and who you want to become. Intention transforms your life from something you endure to something you create, a life that feels rich, purposeful, and deeply aligned with your truest self.